Hi, everyone. This is Coach Kayla with Complete Performance Coaching. I specifically work with dancers and cheerleaders, and so today I'm really going to target all dancers today with this live because audition season is coming up. Some people have already had auditions, and I used to cheer for the San Francisco 49ers for 6 years, and this is NFL audition season time, and then NBA is coming up, and a lot of people are auditioning for college dance teams right now. And so I wanted to do a video talking about audition season because a lot of people tend to freak out around this time. What do I do? Am I prepared? That's when a lot of self doubt starts coming into play. So I just wanted to have a discussion around audition season. So I kind of formulated this list of tips and tricks that I use during audition season and some of the things that I used to freak out about. And so we're going to talk about them today. So, something that was really helpful for me preparing for audition season was trying to think of every single thing that I could possibly need on audition day and kind of having double of everything. So, 2 weeks before auditions, I would make sure I had two audition outfits. You know, um, I would have maybe 5 pairs of tights because I would always rip my tights, and no one wants ripped tights at auditions. Or I would make sure that, I would bring extra eyelashes or just things like that. So try and plan ahead as much as you possibly can, which can really alleviate any anxiety. So that way you don't have to worry about anything as much because you'll have pretty much double or quadruple of anything. So that was really helpful. And another thing that was helpful was have talks with yourself during alone time leading up to auditions. If you like to read a book, if you want to be outside and just enjoying the sun, if you want to have a picnic by yourself, or for those that drive, you can have talks with yourself during the drive just about your process, how you're feeling about auditions, kind of give yourself some pep talk, use some sports psychology, positive affirmation techniques. Um, that was really helpful for me, and especially for the auditions where you have an interview process. It's really helpful if you think of possible questions that you may be asked during interview. This is mainly for probably college and professional dancers that are auditioning coming up, but there's an interview process. And so I used to think of any possible thing that they may ask me, and I would ask myself that question and I would practice saying it out loud. So that way I'm preparing myself, and it really alleviated any anxiety. And also, talking to yourself can really help you get to know yourself better so that way you can feel really confident in auditions and walking in feeling like a powerhouse, saying, I know who I am. The other thing that was helpful for me during audition season is this is a common one. So, a lot of people will go to dance conventions or go to a really intense dance class either the night before auditions or a few days before auditions because they have that anxiety thinking, oh my God, I need to learn one last skill. I really need to do this one last thing because that's what's going to help me, feel better and shine that much more at auditions. And the problem with that is you have to think that skills take time and you're not going to learn a skill overnight. I mean, the mind and body are really interconnected. So, the only thing you're doing when you do that is you're probably freaking yourself out more and it's really putting out anxious vibes and it's really kind of highlighting your self confidence being low when you feel like you need to go to these dance conventions in order to, or dance classes in order to feel that much more confident. And so that kind of goes into the next thing of be confident in your preparation process. Go into auditions knowing that you did everything that you possibly could to prepare for auditions. I mean, the goal is to feel as whole as possible when you walk into auditions. There's sometimes where I've walked into auditions where I don't feel as confident in one area, but I just try and own it as much as I possibly can by really giving myself positive affirmations because it's so easy to compare yourself to all the different people at an audition room. So just relax. I mean, the best advice I can give you is that week for audition week and the week before, try your best. Please do not go to dance classes or anything. It's fine to like maybe dance on your own, freestyle and stuff, but you're going to possibly injure yourself. I remember when I was in that stage of when I went to a lot of dance classes before audition because I thought that's what I needed, and I ended up injuring myself. Or a lot of people do that and they get injured before auditions. Now you have a whole nother thing to worry about at auditions. You're injured and you're trying to dance and shine and have this great performance during auditions. So the best advice I can give you is to just try and relax before auditions and do a lot of sports psychology, mental skills, techniques. That's what's really going to help you to feel grounded and prepared. Some things that I would always do is I would, get a massage the week before auditions. I would read a book outside. And also, another thing that was really helpful for me at auditions is I would always bring my headphones. That was my number one thing on my list because at auditions, it's very, very nerve wracking when you have all your friends coming up to you and they're sharing their anxious nervousness with you. Or sometimes they'll be going over a dance and it's making you anxious and, really think to yourself, like, oh my God, do I know the dance? And you really start freaking out. So, the purpose of bringing the headphones is every audition season at auditions, I would always be off in a corner, just really having that zenful moment to myself and really practicing my breathing techniques and listening to music that calmed me down because it just felt like an anxious world at auditions and I wanted to make sure I can have that time to feel grounded. Another thing that's coming to mind is at auditions, I think the number one thing that you should not do is watch all the different people auditioning and doing the dance because it can really make you second guess yourself and then you start to have those experiences of choking and you start asking yourself, oh my God, what's the move again? And then you totally blank out because you're seeing other people do the dance that are messing up. And then it just really, really causes anxiety. So even if I'm standing in line waiting for my turn and there's tons of people auditioning and doing the dance, I'll actually either look down at the ground or look up somewhere and practice my breathing and kind of mark the dance to myself. And kind of practice imagery as well, envisioning myself performing the dance rather than envisioning other people doing the dance that are messing up. So that's something that's really helpful. And also, another thing that I know comes to mind is I feel like body image is a big anxiety and pressure on a lot of dancers. Showing up to auditions, asking yourself, do I look my absolute best? I know I've been there where I've said to myself, oh, I could have gotten in one last workout or I could have done a little bit more cardio, the day before. And a lot of people will do tons of cardio the night before auditions. And you really have to think the night before auditions that nothing is going to change overnight. Your body's not going to change overnight. So I know a lot of dancers will, go into starvation mode, and that's actually just making you not have as much energy as you possibly could. You want to fuel your body, make sure you're packing healthy snacks for energy and lots of water, and just really be in a state of acceptance of what you're walking into the audition room with. There have been times where I've walked into an audition and I have not felt my best physically. And then sometimes I would have anxious thoughts thinking like, oh, I could have done this and this more. And it's just you're really robbing yourself from your performance of having that peak performance, and you're also robbing yourself from having fun in the audition process. So really practicing acceptance by positive affirmations, looking in the mirror saying, I look great, I'm going to do great today. Writing yourself note cards with positive affirmations on them, or maybe have your friends and family write positive things on cards for you that are colorful, and then you can put them in your bag for auditions and reference those things on audition day. So I know this was a lot, but I hope it's helpful because audition season is here. Some people already had auditions, and I've been reflecting on the process and where I was around this time during auditions, and it's very, very nerve wracking. So I hope everyone is really taking time to relax and practice your breathing techniques and just really practice positive affirmations. You're going to do great. You are more than enough. You have prepared the best you possibly can. So thank you guys. I will see you next month for the live. Feel free to book a coaching session with me. I'll include the link in the bio. Bye.